Well, we got out. He took me out to eat Chinese, and we had to wear. And we went to a different Chinese restaurant this time. We had to wear a mask
And plastic gloves.
to go to the buffet to get our food. And then we were kind of lucky because they put us in a room all by ourselves, actually. But people did walk by to leave. And then he also bought me a plant, which I'll
Well, they saw we were hillbilly farmers and they didn't want anybody else to have to eat with us.
No, everybody up in that area we're all country up where we are, pretty much. And then he bought me a plant, which I'll probably do a video on, because I like to show my house plants, because I love talking house plant.
I bought me some mouse traps.
Yes, for our pet Christmas mouse, because I saw a mouse.
I was in the shower the other morning and
Heard a big shriek.
I heard screaming. I go, what is wrong with her now? The spiders are all up for the winter, and I come out and she goes, there's a mole. I go, I doubt it was a mole. I said, it was probably a mouse.
Because while you live in the country, you're going to get mice. I have seen Red the stray cat, but I haven't been feeding him anymore because he's been dining at the restaurant, I think. Because he came and he only ate food like the specials.
He's big and fat. He's eating somewhere besides us.
He was only eating the special food and leaving the rest, and I figured, well, I don't want to...
I'm not going to have a finicky stray cat.
Right, and so I figured, well...
Because he eats this and leaves the other things for the raccoons and possums.
Well, which he does...
Skunks. I smelled a skunk yesterday.
Yeah, but he doesn't leave them for them because I pick up his food every night. But
Yeah, we don't need skunks around the front
Well, that's
porch.
the thing. So I picked up the food because I figured,
It was either a skunk or a Bigfoot, and I think it was more like a skunk.
Well, we have them all through our area, but they're going to just walk through the yard and keep going if there's nothing to eat.
What, skunk or Bigfoot?
Any of it.
I've yet to see any tracks from Bigfoot.
Well,
So it had to be a skunk.
I like to watch tracks. What did you say you think you saw walking in the backyard? What did you think you saw?
I didn't see anything walking in the backyard. I smelled a skunk.
Oh, you smelled a skunk, yeah. You might have got hit down the road, too.
It's just a faint smell. That's usually the smell of after they sprayed something that just lingers.
Yeah, so anyway.
It wasn't a strong odor of skunk. It was just a mild one.
Because I haven't seen
But
any...
you could tell it was a skunk.
I haven't seen any wildlife besides the birds and cat prints. Because I looked on the porch and I noticed that Red was looking, but Red he ate a couple, like I said, he ate the good stuff and left the dry stuff, or ate the cat food and didn't want the other stuff, like the cat food.
He eats out of that dumpster
Right, so he doesn't
at
want
the restaurant next door.
So I figured, well, I'm not going to feed the stray cat because there's no point, because he doesn't really want to eat. He just wants a treat.
He wasn't skinny and scrawny.
No, so I figured,
So he's eating somewhere besides ours.
So I guess, so anyway, that being said, we saw a mouse, and I screamed, and so now he got a trap to get the mouse.
The wintertime is when they're looking for a place to get in warm.
Yeah.
And they come up through the vents in the furnace room.
Yeah, so a mouse got in, so he's going to be going out. So anyway, I don't know if you guys ever got a mouse in the house. So
Get them every winter.
yeah, they'll try to come in if they can. So anyway, so we
Just want to get them before they start chewing the wire.
or have babies, because they have babies every 30 days, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
So if you see a mouse, you gotta take care of it. You can't just say too bad, or you'll have 1,000 mice.
I used to raise mice when I had a snake.
Yeah.
And they'll be feeding their babies and be pregnant too.
So this year we got to use traps because we have no cats, dogs, anything.
Still had to do it when you had cats and dogs.
Yeah, that's true too, because half the time they don't always. My best mouse, or believe it or not, in my life, I used to live like off the golf course, and our Boston Terrier, one day I went outside and he was running like crazy. And I thought, what's he doing? And he was trying to get a mole in the yard. And then my neighbor told me that the golf courses, which I don't know if it's true or not, maybe somebody out here might know in YouTube land, they said that the golf courses would like poison or whatever the mice, the moles, and they'd all run into the developments that lived around the golf course.
Well, yeah. What they do is they sprinkle down the grub control,
Oh, is that what they did?
and the grubs die off on the golf course, so the moles go to where there's no grub control.
So they used to come.
So there's your answer to you.
But I don't ever remember seeing anything in my house, but I remember the Boston Terrier went round and round and round, but I guess they're raised to catch
And the grubs,
stuff like that.
and the grubs turn into Japanese beetles during the summer months.
But all of our moles problems started leaving once we started getting the cats, but we have enough stray cats around that in the area that I don't think that's going to be an issue either. So,
There's a couple strays living under my barn.
yeah, there's always strays around, but they don't eat at our house. They usually go under the barn, yeah, if there's any.
I don't mind a stray mouse here and there. I don't want any rats.
So anyway, I remember when I worked at one place, and I worked with, there was, actually it was at Lazy Boy, when I worked at Lazy Boy. They got a mouse in the back room, a couple mice, and the people in the office used to get mad at me because I can't help it. If I see a mouse, I have the loudest shriek because it's like really loud, and I was like stand on the chair. I'm like that girl, and it would be like, because it was just like I just don't like mice. So, but I like guinea pigs. I like hamsters. I don't like rats. What did you have? You used to have a pet rat.
Well, it wasn't a pet at first. It was a pinky that we had to buy because I had that
Snake.
the ball python, and we had to buy pinkies for him when I got him and he was a newborn. He wasn't only maybe 6-8 inches long, and he couldn't eat anything but pinkies. And as he got older, we went from pinky mice to pinky rats. We bought a pinky for him, and he wasn't hungry, so my youngest daughter ended up making a pet out of it. It was a brown and white rat. I called him Templeton after the rat on Charlotte's Web. A very nice little rat. He'd sit on your shoulder and you could feed him just about anything out of your fingers. Loved to be pet. So we ended up with a pet rat, and then she wanted a spider. So I bought her a tarantula, and she didn't do anything with him. Normally, like any kid, want it, and don't want to do anything with it. So I ended up with a pet tarantula called Harry, and he used to climb around on you too. Then as the snake got older, he was a ball python. His name was Monty. As you guessed, Monty Python. And then my oldest daughter had to have hamsters. She got sick of taking care of them, and she put this big old monster hamster in with my snake while I was at work, and the hamster chewed a big hole in the side of the snake and killed him because he wasn't hungry. Otherwise, he probably would have ate the hamster. So after 8 years of taking care of Monty, she killed my snake. So I was pretty much done with house pets, dogs, cats, all that, once she killed my snake. And I don't like snakes, but I always liked that snake because I had him since he was a baby. I see a snake run going across the lawn, and I give it its wide berth. I don't want anything to do with it. I don't care what kind of snake it is.
I'm a lot more, I guess I'm more countrified now because some of the things that years ago I couldn't handle don't bother me so much anymore.
Well, you'll scream if there's a spider in the
Yeah, that's true too.
bathroom and that. And I'll pick him up and take him outside the door and let him loose.
But I'll be
'Cause I
like,
like spiders.
I'll be like, ah! You know those, you see a spider in the house? You know, spiders, bugs, all that try to come in the fall.
I had a pet rat or a pet bat when I was younger.
Oh,
Had him in a bird cage.
I didn't know about that.
I thought I told you about this bat.
Oh, you might have told me. I don't remember.
I had him for several months, and
I remember living at Bible school, and
I released him, though he was a fruit bat.
I remember living at Bible school. And we used to have bats, and I know that one time my brother caught a bat and put it in a bird cage. Of course, all the kids are looking at it because they've never seen a bat that close. Because that was, and then I think that they took that bat and let him loose into the girls' dorm, because you know how boys are. Because we had like a really big apartment because my parents were on staff. So then it would, like, you open the doors and then there was a cafeteria, and then right off the cafeteria was the stairs to the girls' dorm. So you can imagine how the boys thought, oh, bat, girls' dorm, perfect place to let them free when they're kids.
I've seen that movie, Werewolf in the Girls' Dormitory.
Of course, then about 10 minutes later, I'm sure all the girls were screaming, running down the stairs back into the, into the cafeteria. I'm picturing that. I don't remember, but I just remember seeing the bat in the cage, and
So odd pets were. I was no stranger to odd pets.
Yeah, I like the odd stuff.
A lot of them I wasn't. It wasn't my idea to get them.
My son had cats, dogs, guinea pigs.
I ended up taking care of them all after everybody else was tired of them.
Oh, we had a dog for 15 years. That Boston Terrier that
I had
came
pet
in.
mice when I was younger too. Had a friend of mine that had to get rid of his pet mice and gave them to me. And most of those were white mice, so I raised them for a while. The only bad thing about them, they stink.
I had a cat, and my neighbor and I shared the cat. It was funny. Well, that was kind of an odd story, because I had a cat. My neighbor had like 20 cats, so my cat would always go to my neighbor's house. One of those deals. And we were really good friends, and I always remember one day I said, well, okay, Mr. Taylor, we got to make a decision. Is it your cat or my cat? Because he was my cat, but that was okay. But Mr. Taylor wanted him, so I guess we let Mr. Taylor have the cat. But we were good friends. He was a nice man, and he liked cats. But you know how you joke outside when you're talking, so he was a really nice man.
Turned out to be a pretty nice day.
Yeah, it did.
We did get a little snow, but not a whole lot. Not like New York City. I guess New York City got a good 10 to 12 inches.
Oh, did they really? Wow.
That's what they said. And we got another storm coming Christmas Eve.
Oh, wow. Just like Rudolph.
Hopefully Rudolph will get him out through, because if it's a bit of storm, he's going to be able to see the delivered presents.
They gotta stop at the Island of Misfit Toys first. Can you tell we've been watching Christmas specials?
I could use my Christmas nap.
Yeah, I've been watching Christmas movies. I know I told you guys I was going to talk about other movies I saw. I'm going to put some videos up, but hopefully, I don't know how many Christmas videos, and maybe other videos about movies I saw. Because sometimes when I'm cleaning, I watch a movie. I always say to Clay, late. Because I always watch these really old movies. But anyway, You ready for your nap, dear? Yeah, I know you were tired.
So,
And we both
Oh,
decided that
excuse
we
me.
didn't like this Chinese food as well as the other Chinese food. We have another
didn't
Chinese.
have as much flavor.
No, we used to like this one better, and it's a good restaurant, but the other one was so much better.
And you hear everybody else talk, and they don't like that other one.
Yeah, well, I think they must have changed their recipes or cook or something, because it's good now. It's really good,
They don't have as much of a selection as this one here,
but it's really
you're
good.
better off having better taste and wide selection.
Yeah, they got really good, just flavor, I guess. Oh, look how nice it is, guys. I was just telling my husband I like Christmas, but maybe it's from living out in the country more and doing the farming stuff sometimes and all that stuff.
I'm ready for spring.
Yeah, I said I'm kind of looking forward to Christmas being over in spring. It's like, when you're little,
Yeah,
you
you only got a couple of months, and it'll be the buds on the trees will start coming out again. The geese will all start coming back.
Yeah.
The snow geese start coming through about February, March.
So we hardly have any snow yet. So watch the snow, because if we do get socked, you'll be like, this is nothing for us.
This is just like an overnight.
Yeah, this is like, did we even get snow yet? Because if we don't get snow this year, we're, like Clay said,
We're gonna get a dry, hot summer.
So we'll see what happens.
But the only thing that affects is my garden. And the only doesn't affect my garden so much with the bucket system.
Yeah, because we don't really have the problems because we do the bucket system.
All you have to do is make sure your troughs are full.
And if you're new to our channel, you can go back and look at some of the other videos on that. Just type in Popo Backyard Farm bucket system, and you'll see what Clay has done. Some people call it rain gutter system, and all the. We didn't invent it because people.
I just added to it and upgraded it to suit me.
Because usually if we see something online, like, and you should do the same, make it a little bit better, make it your own a little bit so it fits your home. Unless somebody's already got all the quirks out, then do it exactly like them, But that's been going around for a long, long, long time. I don't think, who knows, that's, But just so you guys know, that's been out there for a while. As long as I can remember, at least. It's just that, I don't know. Some people, it's not hard to build the system. I think that's people see it and think it's a lot of work. It really is basically what? A couple gutter systems and some boards, right?
Yep.
It's not a big deal.
A couple tubifours and a rain gutter and 2 caps.
And while you're at it, go check out the greenhouse. Because the greenhouse is pretty easy and sweet too, because that's just cattle panel. You can go to a farm store, or where'd you get yours? Lowe's maybe?
Yeah.
So
Yep, got it at Lowe's.
save yourself a lot of work and do it the easy way, the smart way. It stays forever and you don't have the issues and problems. And
Just make sure you don't use construction plastic.
yeah, you got to buy the greenhouse plastic. It'll last for 1 year, but after that, it
I've
won't.
had this greenhouse plastic on there. This is the 4th year, 5th year.
Yeah, it lasts
And
longer.
it's still 100%.
Yep, it's really good. Only problem ours is horseradish wants to grow inside the greenhouse sometimes. The horseradish is.
Oh, we had it in buckets, but it grew right through the bottom of the bucket.
I know. So anyway, okay, guys, we are on the way home from going out to eat and getting a house plant, and so we don't usually do.
That was our Christmas trip.
Was that our Christmas trip? There you go. That was our Christmas trip. So, anyway.
We were supposed to get hit with a storm, and we got all our groceries last week, so.
Yeah. So we're going to be sitting out on the porch New Year, Christmas Eve, looking up in the sky for Rudolph. I don't believe in Santa, by the way, and I never did. Did you ever believe in Santa when you were a kid?
I don't remember. We didn't have Christmas like traditional Christmas.
Yeah, everybody does a little different. But also, too, guys, just my son called me with his wife because she couldn't believe that my son never believed in Santa Claus. Let me know if you ever believed in Santa Claus. Or if you still do believe. If you still do believe. But,
It's good for the kids.
yeah. Everybody has different views on Santa Claus. To me, it was always a game. Like, you know, kids dress up, kidding around Santa Claus. It was not like we didn't believe it was real. But, like I said. Okay, guys. Remember, there you go, baby. It's your time.
It's all part of the decorating.
No. Big or small.
Yeah, you know.
You guys know it. Say it with
Why
us.
is this guy stopped in the middle of the road?
Because we're out in the country, and that's what country people do. They stop in the middle of the road all the time, don't they, dear?
I guess.
We know it.
It's like they act like there's nobody.
Well, he might be
behind
going home. He
him.
looks
Well,
like.
he's turning in here.
Oh, maybe he's going
He
to.
stopped way back there. I don't
He
know.
might not know where he's going. See? You stay until the bitter end. If you stay until the bitter end, write the secret word, which I do these once in a great while.
There's no secret word.
Yes, the secret word today is cranberry sauce. So, anyway, if you're here to
We're
the
gonna
bitter
have that
end,
for supper.
well, that's night and Christmas. So if you're here till the bitter end, say cranberry sauce. Okay, guys, remember, big or small, you too can be a backyard farm. God bless.